Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Santa Claus here with another set of NFL predictions. This time it's week 16 of this is the second to last week of the season. But anyways, I decided that to do my predictions on Christmas Day because yesterday was Christmas Eve and it fell on a Thursday. So, yeah. Anyways, there is a game on today at 4:30. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do my predictions way before way before the game today. So anyways, the Minnesota Vikings are taking on the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, the Vikings have to lose this one to get eliminated from the playoffs. They'll be 5-10, and the Saints will still have that tiebreaker with the Green Bay Packers. They'd be 11-4, but the Green Bay Packers would still have control of the NFC as of now because tiebreakers because they have less losses than the Saints do. So I'm going to go with the Saints today because, the Vikings, the Vikings need to lose this one so that they can be blinked out of the playoffs and the Saints can still get into that arms race with Green Bay for the conference title. So, yeah, so they can get that first round bye. So, yeah, so I'm going to go with the Saints going 11-4 and the Vikings falling to 5-10. Wait, they're 6-9, so they would be 6-9, so they'd have to be eliminated from playoffs this week. Tomorrow we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing off the Detroit Lions. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers because they would go 10-5. They'd make the playoffs. The Lions have already been eliminated as of last week, because they lost to, I forget who they lost to, but yeah, they lost, went 5-9. They are eliminated from playoffs. And the Buccaneers, if they win this game, they make the playoffs. So, yeah, the Buccaneers have to win this game so that they can secure that playoff berth in the NFC. So, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers going 10-5 and the Lions going 5-10, respectively here. Another matchup that's actually exclusive to Amazon Video is the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Cardinals going 9-6, and the 49ers, yeah, you got eliminated because you lost to the Cowboys. So, yeah, you lost to the Cowboys. 41. They scored 41 points. Why didn't they do that on Thanksgiving? I mean, I think they were out some of their key players, but yeah, they're back. I think they're back in better than ever because, the Cowboys, they actually look better than they did mid-season. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals going 9-6, and hopefully if the Cardinals win next week, I don't know who they're playing, but it is a division rival, so it's probably going to be the Rams or the Seahawks. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, the 49ers would go 5-10, and the Cardinals would go 9-6. If they do go 10-6, they can secure that final playoff berth in the NFC next week. So, yeah, the Cardinals would be 9-6, and the 49ers would fall to 5-10, respectively, here. The Miami Dolphins taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Also tomorrow, there are 3 games on Saturday. Yeah, the Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders don't look so hot. They lost last week to the Los Angeles Chargers. But it was a terrible game for the Raiders. They imploded on offense. Derek Carr went out with a groin injury, and they had to bring in the Titans former QB, Marcus Mariota. So, yeah, hopefully Derek Carr gets better for this game. Hopefully they don't have to start Marcus Mariota because, I mean, he looks not amazing, but he's okay. But the Raiders just imploded on offense, and it cost them the game by a long shot. How do you lose to the Chargers? That's my question. So yeah, and the Dolphins, they actually look like a playoff contender. I think if the Raiders lose this game, they might be eliminated from the playoffs. But they'd be 7-8, and the Dolphins would go to 10-5. So their playoff hopes, if they do win next week, then they'll probably make the playoffs. They'll probably secure one of those playoff berths. There are only eight teams left to make the playoffs, and it's a tight race right now. So yeah, we're gonna go with the Dolphins going 10-5 and the Raiders falling to 7-8, possibly being eliminated from playoff contention this year. The New York Giants take on the Baltimore Ravens. And by golly, are the Ravens better than ever with Lamar Jackson? He's probably made so many rush attempts. I mean, he's a natural at rushing. I think he ought to be a running back instead of a quarterback. And the Ravens stuffed the Jaguars. I think that's who they played last week. Whoever they played last week, they stuffed them. And they went to 9-5, and the Jaguars went to 1-13. I think it was the Jaguars last week. So yeah, they're gonna do the same thing with the New York Giants. Sorry, you're out of the playoffs. You're gonna be out this week with 5-10 record, and the Ravens are gonna go to 10-5 as a result of this game. The Cleveland Browns, who are racing to the finish for the AFC North crown against Pittsburgh, take on the Jets, who won their first game last week against the Los Angeles Rams. Anyways, yeah, the Jets didn't really do so hot. I mean, the Jets, actually the Rams didn't do so hot because they ruined their tank for Trevor. They ruined the tank for Trevor Lawrence. So, yeah. The Jets are now 1-13, but because the Jets won against the Rams and the Jaguars have a stronger schedule than the Rams. No, wait, since the Jaguars have a stronger schedule than the Jets, they get the number 1 overall pick. So they could draft Trevor, and hopefully he would be good for them because that's what they need. They need a athletic quarterback who can win games for them. But anyways, here's a scenario that will make Browns fans extremely happy. The Browns could win out and go 12-4. They could win against the Jets, and they could win against Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh loses out against Indianapolis and Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns could win the division. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Browns because they're playing the Jets. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns going 11-4, and possibly making the playoffs, and the Jets going 1-14. The Chicago Bears take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And, yeah, that's going to be the Bears because, the Jaguars, they look terrible. Yeah, so the Jaguars are going to lose this game to the Bears, and they're probably going to score 30 points again. So the Bears are going to be going to 8-7, and the Jaguars 1-14, but they will still have that number one pick. The Atlanta Falcons take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and guess who? Guess who I'm going to pick? Kansas City, because they look like a better team than the Atlanta Falcons, who choked the lead again against Tom Brady. Yeah, they choked the lead again, and that wasn't good. As a result, the Falcons were eliminated last week. But yeah, they're gonna go to 4-11 here, and the Chiefs are gonna be 14-1. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. The Cincinnati Bengals, who won against Pittsburgh. I didn't think they'd win against Pittsburgh. But then again, Pittsburgh is, terrible. So, yeah. And they're playing the Houston Texans, so that's going to be a win against... That's going to be for the win against the Bengals. They're going to be 4-10-1 after this. They could go 4-11-1. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals. I never thought I'd do that, but they're playing the Texans, so that's going to be a tank bowl. Anyways, this next game is going to determine who will gain control of the AFC North. The Indianapolis Colts take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who put on an offensive clinic on Monday night against, what do you know, Cincinnati. I think Juju Smith-Schuster should stop dancing on the opposing team's logos, but only time will tell. He said that he wouldn't do it anymore, but yeah. I'm going to go with the Colts because I think they could pull this off. I mean, the Titans and Colts are in an arms race right now for the division title. So, yeah. I'm going to go with the Colts, and the Steelers will fall to 11-4 with the Browns. The Browns might clinch the division. So, yeah, the Steelers, they're going to lose to this. You're going to lose to the Colts. Sorry, the Colts are going to be 11-4, and the Steelers would also fall to 11-4. The Carolina Panthers take on the Washington football team. And, yeah, the Panthers were eliminated from the playoffs. So, yeah, because they lost to Green Bay, they're 4-10, and the Washington football team is 6-8, but they could win this game. They're going to win this game against Carolina. They're going to be 7-8, and the Panthers are going to fall to 4-11. So that's going to be the Washington football team. Another tank bowl. The Broncos take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Denver Broncos take on the Los Angeles Chargers. And I have to declare a winner here. So the Broncos will probably go to 6-9. And the Chargers are going to fall to 5-10, respectively. So the Broncos are going to win this match here. The Philadelphia Eagles take on the Dallas Cowboys. And yeah, the Eagles don't look so hot, but they do have a new QB at the helm, Jalen Hurts. And as for the Cowboys, I think they're coming back. But I think Washington can clinch the division, maybe make the playoffs. But the Cowboys, they could trail back up there with a 6-9 campaign, and the Eagles would fall to 4-10-1. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys going 6-9 and the Eagles going 4-10-1 because the Eagles just look terrible, even though they still have that Jalen Hurts guy. The Los Angeles Rams take on the Seattle Seahawks. And I believe the Rams are responsible for ruining the Jets' fine tank for Trevor Lawrence. And the Seahawks made the playoffs. They made the playoffs last week with a win against the Washington football team, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks because the Rams put on a both sides of the ball were terrible. They played like total bull crap out there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks going 11-4 and the Rams falling to 9-6. So yeah. The Tennessee Titans take on the Green Bay Packers on Sunday night as the Packers, yeah, they're playing. This is a tough game for them, but I think this could be the tiebreaker between the Titans and the Colts for the division. If the Colts win against the Steelers and the Titans lose to the Packers, and the Colts might clinch the division. So the Packers are going to win this game going 12. 12-3, and the Titans are going to fall to 10-5, and the Colts wouldn't have the division. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers. The Buffalo Bills take on the New England Patriots on Monday night, the Monday Night Football finale. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills because the Patriots were also eliminated from the playoffs. Anyways, yeah, I didn't think so too, but the Bills clinched the division. They clinched the playoff spot, and yeah, it's over for the AFC East, pretty much. So the Patriots were eliminated for the first time in 11 years, and the Bills, they're making their division title debut in 2020 since 1995, when they did clinch a division in 1995. This is the first time in 25 years where they clinched the division. So I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills going 12-3, and the Patriots falling. The Patriots would fall to a 6-9. So yeah, that's it for Week 16 predictions. We'll see you next week.